Hello, my name is Chris Palmer, and in today's SEO tips video, I'd like to share with you a SEO cheat code that can certainly help your Google rankings. So I don't want to waste any time. I just want to shift your thinking to start thinking about link building. Link building is still imperative for any SEO campaign, especially if you want to start moving up in the rankings. So let's just go right over here to the whiteboard. I want to first share with you just some ideas, shift your thinking. I want to give you the cheat code. So here's the cheat code. So first and foremost, we of course have our money website. So this is the money website. And when we're first building out a campaign, our first tier of links, aka tier 1 links, these are some of our most impressive, some of our best, our social profiles, our best links, right? These are the links that we are not afraid to share with Google. So we call this our tier 1. This is our first tier of links. Now, some of our more nefarious links, all right? Some of our links that maybe we use to power up the tier 1 just to get an added boost, but we don't necessarily want those directly pointing into our website, but they still can provide value overall. This is what we would send to our tier 1, but only our tier 1 links come into the website, but that's not the cheat code. The cheat code comes in when we start talking about 301s and 301 redirects. Now, oftentimes the question is, Chris, should I first and foremost start out with a 301 redirect? And the answer is it really depends on the competition, but that's not the code. The code is this. A 301 redirect is often only thought about to send to the website, the main website. But the cheat code is when you then take your most impressive or your tier 2 links, so tier 1 or tier 2, and then to provide that added boost, that added bump, that extra layer, that juice, that authority that we're looking for. Sometimes if you have a relatively powerful link already and then bring in yet another 301, that is like adding up a year's worth of work all together in one. It's a whole domain. 301 it all the way into your first layer or your second layer or into multiple layers, right? Into everything. Because when we start thinking about this, we don't want to risk the money site at all. But if we need to start peeling off layers, and here's what I mean by this, all right? Here's what I want to touch on. Because we have our money site, our website. This needs to be guarded and safeguarded at all costs. That's why we tier out our links, because link building at the end of the day is against the guidelines. But we can build social profiles. We don't mind bringing those in. We can build out authoritative, niche-specific, niche topical links that are effective to our website. We can build these properties, and this is our tier 1. But when we really want to start sending in power, we bring out our tier 2. This is our tier linking structure. And when we want a cheat code, the tip, the main takeaway is this. We have our tier 1. You're not going to build 1 or 2. This could be 100 links. This could be 50 links built over the course of a year. This tier 2 could be 500 links built over the course of the year to help power our first tier up. And this could be, say, 500. Now, if we want to start powering up more, if we want to save time, if we want a cheat code, we then take our websites, our $8, $12 domains that have a lot of links coming in, that are still getting a little bit of traffic, that could be semi-relevant to our overall niche as a whole. Then as a cheat code, we want to take a 301, start feeding it to our tier 2, maybe even some to our social profiles, maybe even some to some of our higher quality links. I'd be careful with this, especially 301s. If people start seeing 301s coming into their sites, especially if you're buying maybe links or guest posts or PBNs or something along those lines. But if you've built out your own, maybe this would be very helpful, but also is going to be excellent for your tier 2, maybe even to power up a tier 3 layer. So that's the tip, the SEO tip for today for higher Google rankings, a cheat code of sorts. My name is Chris Palmer. If you have any other questions related to SEO, SEO tips, higher Google rankings, really anything search engine optimization related, digital marketing, Facebook, Instagram, really anything at all, always feel free to go ahead and ask in the comments below, and I always look forward to seeing you in the next SEO tips for Google rankings video. Have a wonderful day.